Hello, welcome to another episode of Somewhere Between a Film and TV podcast. We are your hosts. I am Daniel Parra.
And I'm Erwin.
And I want to apologize on behalf of my co-host because we haven't reviewed anything in
Hey guys, I'm the co-host.
2 months. And I'm pretty sure it's his fault. Whether or not he wants to claim that, I don't know. But
right, guys, so what Daniel likes to do is, he likes to shift the blame to everybody else but himself.
literally not true.
Yes. Oh, there you go again.
I'll own up to my mistakes.
Me too.
I saw
This isn't my
Morbius,
mistakes.
did you?
Huh? I don't make mistakes.
I've never done anything wrong in my life. So this is going to be a little weird because we haven't reviewed anything in forever. This one's going to be a bit more of kind of a catch-up episode. And after this, we finally have a release pattern. We will be more consistent and we will be around more if you listen to us. And thank you if you do. I noticed that people were still listening even when we weren't uploading
Guys,
anything.
please
And
stop
like I said,
listening to our Spider-Man review. We have
yeah,
other
it's crazy.
ones.
Why is that? It's so popular. It's cool though. I mean, but if you want to hear what we think of I don't know, what's something we reviewed that has nothing. If you want to hear what we thought of Uncharted.
I don't want to hear about Uncharted.
I liked it just fine, I think.
I thought it was alright. Right?
I'd see another one. I mean,
Are you gonna call me off through my ratings again?
I know you gave it 3 stars.
Oh.
I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I gave it 3.5, I think. Yeah, that all checks out. And I'm gonna ask Erwin what he has or hasn't seen, while we'll also give our thoughts on a couple of things because we've been a bit mismatched. He's seen a couple things I haven't, and I've seen a couple things he hasn't. I want to start off by clarifying the last episode we ended with me saying we were going to review Morbius and Attack on Titan with a guest, and we did not do either of those things.
Hey, I'm caught up with Attack on Titan.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I watched the.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Now you know.
When did you do that?
Okay, sorry, master.
My
Lord and Savior who watches my every move in life. I'm sorry.
Obviously, I don't. I didn't know that you finished. Obviously, I don't. I didn't know that you finished it.
See, guys, you can clearly see who makes the most mistakes here, right?
This is what happens. All you and I do is get on the phone and we start talking about Jurassic World.
For 3 hours.
We're like, we just don't understand. Yeah, and I'm going to start off by asking, you've heard the memes, you know all about it. Have you seen Morbius, Erwin?
No, I have not, and I'm not going to watch Morbius. Even though I feel like I've seen Morbius, I'm not going to watch Morbius.
Well, I'm one of the lucky people that has seen that movie, so I'm going to review it very briefly. It sucks. It's really bad.
That's not how it works. If the internet talks about it a lot, therefore it's good.
You know, that's how everything works. If the internet talks about it at all, that's how you know it's really good.
See, as me, right, as the Sony executive, seeing that on Twitter, saying, "Wow, people are really talking about Morbius. We should probably release it again."
You know what we should do? We should re-release it. Have it make $85,000 or whatever
insane.
It did. It's hilarious because I don't know. I have a friend who keeps saying he'll watch it, but he won't watch it with how does he phrase it? He won't watch it any ethical way. And I said paying for it is not ethical.
Oh, okay. I was like, that sounds weird to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pirating it or just walking into a theater and watching it. But,
the only way I'll watch Morbius if they're showcasing it through Walmart with their new TVs or Best Buy.
Hey, Erwin, it's not like I've ever been affiliated with the FBI or anything, but have you ever snuck into a movie?
No.
For any particular reason?
What? No.
Oh, you haven't?
No, have you?
Yes.
So yeah, so I work for the FBI, right?
Great. This was bound to happen one way or another.
Wait, Daniel, tell me, do you know a website called 123movies.com?
Dude, don't tell the people. That's a secret.
Oh, gatekeeper over here.
I haven't used it in years, but yes, I do know of it.
Me as well.
I was there when it was written, whatever it is that he says. No, so saw that movie opening night. It was basically, I'm assuming, as most crowded as it could be.
Morbius?
And yeah. Well, in terms of it was halfway. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, more so like I think that was the movie at its height of popularity because it actually made some money the first weekend it was out. And then I guess Bad Bunny was like, yes, I got to be a part of that too. And now he's El Muerto or whoever the hell that is.
Dang.
And I'm just kind of struggling because it's been a while. It came out April 1st. I saw it March 31st or whatever, April 1st, whenever. And it had nothing memorable. It's one of those like, yes, it's not one of the worst movies ever made or anything, but it does the worst thing it could possibly do, and that's be boring. The action very much. I know you like these, but it reminded me of like Underworld-ish.
No, I like the Underworld movies.
I mean, we're both partial to our like guilty pleasure.
True. I love Van Helsing
movies, I guess. Yeah. Oh, the Hugh Jackman one?
Yes.
Does that also have Kate Beckinsale?
Yes. I'm pretty sure I can like defend that movie in terms of like enjoyment.
Yeah.
Like comparable to others. Like for sure Underworld. But Van Helsing is just one of those movies where it's just like it just looks terrible. But then it's just like during its time.
Have you ever noticed that there are certain movies though that you kind of like you miss that because they did have a weird sort of imagination to them? My personal favorite of those kinds of movies is Constantine. I think it's
I haven't
great.
seen that movie in forever. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing.
And then it'll get like a legacy sequel or something, and everyone's like, "Did you know we loved this first one the whole time?" And you're like,
"Did we get Age of Ultron wrong?"
Yes. Or it's like, is this movie that's one of the best movies of all time secretly evil and bad?
Guys, if you guys just go back in time, right, and talk to Erwin and Daniel, and whenever they were in like sophomore year in high school, when we came out. Guys, we were the first ones to love that movie.
It's funny, we didn't even see it at the same time or place. We saw it at the same theater time, but we were at different theaters.
We were?
And you saw it. Yeah, we didn't see it together. I saw it with my parents, and you saw it with our friend Jeremiah and a couple other people.
I love
Jeremiah because I just remember you saying you got mad at what he said about it.
I didn't get mad.
Although it was funny because at the time he
feeling.
said... Well, at the time, I remember he said, I don't know, I thought it was kind of boring. And then I asked him about it a couple months ago, actually. And he was like, really? I don't remember saying that. He was like, I like that movie.
No, I remember, all right.
And I was like, Erwin's not here. But yeah. He was like, I like Age of Ultron. You were like, I was there. When did you change your mind? No, I don't. What did I give that movie? I gave that movie like 1.5 out of 5. It has
Age
one
of
hilarious... No, Morbius. It has one of the stupidest end credit scene I've ever seen in my life.
Age of Ultron?
No.
Sorry,
Morbius.
I'd rather think about that than Morbius.
Yes. Well, let me finish so we can move on from this movie. But it's silly. I know you've seen the end credit scene.
I think everyone has seen it.
Yeah. Well, because you're like, what? And the other scene with Matt Smith that's really funny, and I feel bad for Matt Smith, and he should have a way better career than he actually has right now. I loved him in Last Night in Soho.
Oh yeah,
but,
he was great in that.
Yeah. Now moving on, I'm also, I don't know, I don't have any particular feeling about Jared Leto. I find him just as annoying as the rest of you. So, he's good in Requiem for a Dream, and I like his performance a lot in House of Gucci, and that's all I can really say about it.
I liked him in Dallas Buyers Club.
That too. He's really good in that. Up next, we've both seen this one.
Attack on Titan.
No. We don't have as passionate a feeling, I think, about this as certain other people do, but I thought it was a good time. It is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
What? Why are we talking about this one?
So,
dang, I did see this movie. I saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one because I didn't really think I needed to. Because at the end I was just thinking, I was like, it's just a hedgehog. Me as the villain, it's just a hedgehog, guys.
You sound like a complete mom when you say that. What do you mean? There's 2. It's just a hedgehog.
What do you mean? There's an after credit scene for this movie?
Did you skip it?
No, I saw it. All right, calm down.
I was like, that's like the best part of the movie, the 2 seconds of it at the end.
Why? Why would that? Why was that the best part?
Because I love Shadow.
No,
Shadow's the
best
one that I
scenes
actually care
were
about.
everything with Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What
a masculine voice Idris Elba has.
So true.
Yes.
I think in terms of the first one's good. It's kind of whatever for a lot of it, and Jim Carrey is incredible in it. He carries that entire movie. And then the second one, it's the same case again for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ben Schwartz a lot as his character now. I actually couldn't stand him in the first one. I thought none of his jokes landed. I thought he was a decent voice, but it didn't work. But Ben Schwartz is great. I don't know if I know you've seen The After Party, but if anybody's listening, if you haven't seen that, show is incredible, and he's really great in it.
Yes, I agree.
But I liked his voice a lot in this. I liked Tails. The best stuff in the movie though is again Jim Carrey, Idris Elba, and they once again are the best. Well, Jim Carrey's the best part of it again, along with him, and every joke that he has reminds me of Drax, and they all hit really well. I thought it was a bit too long because it's like 2:10 or something. Did not think it needed to be.
Yeah, it was kind of long.
Yeah. Especially like the middle portion in Hawaii, I felt was kind of unnecessary. That's like all the stuff that it was funny, but I don't know. I'm also thinking in terms of there's a couple of action beats in it that I thought they could have went further with. My issue with this franchise has more become I like these. I'm gonna watch more of these, and I'm looking forward to more of these. But I think that if they were more willing to go with the concepts they even address, there's just so much potential there that I don't think that they're quite hitting yet. And I hope that they can in the future, because that fight that's in the temple or wherever they are, I thought was really creative. Like whenever Sonic turns into a ball and he does his thing and then he hits Knuckles, if they went more with some of that stuff, I would like this more. And I'm gonna address everything here we're talking about now has spoilers, because I did just mention the Shadow thing earlier. But if you care about Sonic at all, what are you gonna do, wait 2 months to see it? I don't think so. What did I give this, 3.5? I think so. But also I was really mad for about the first half of it, because we saw it at the latest showtime at like 10:50 or something like that, and there were still a ton of kids, and I could not focus for about the first half of it because kids are loud and
they
annoying.
Were laughing. They were enjoying the movie.
They weren't like laughing though. They were talking, and I was like,
"What, Daniel? Do you hate kids?"
A bit.
Terrible.
A bit, Erwin. Don't you?
No, I don't hate kids.
I enjoy being around the ones that are not annoying, but those are rare. 3.5 out of 5. My conclusion is kids are a bit annoying. 3.5 out of 5 from my review of Sonic 2. And the Kid Cudi song is incredible.
Oh yes, that was a good song.
I listen to that song all the time.
Oh, I know.
Oh, did you? What do you mean you know? Do you look at my Spotify? I bet you. I know.
Dude,
you.
You always post it.
You're gonna look. I've never posted that song.
Oh.
Didn't
you post like screenshot like Spotify thing?
Not recently. I have before.
Yeah, I remember.
I posted like a Wallows song last week, I think.
All right, calm down. I get it. You like the Wallows. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
right, guys. Let's talk about Uncharted.
No, what? No. We did a whole episode on that.
Oh.
Okay, up next. Oh, wait. Actually, what did you think of this?
Uncharted?
You didn't even say. No.
Oh.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I liked it. I think. Like, there's not much to it. I don't really remember, I'll be honest. Very forgetful, guys. Look, it's such a forgetful movie because I just don't remember it this very second.
Erwin, if you call the movie forgetful, that means that the movie forgets.
Sorry, guys. I forgot that my good friend Daniel is an English teacher.
Don't tell on me like that.
So, I'm trying to remember what happens in that movie.
Sonic.
Sonic went Sonic, right? Did he go fast? I think so.
He did. Then he turned into a different color.
He turned yellow. And I know Daniel doesn't like yellow.
It's an okay color.
Mm.
It's not it's whatever, you know. No real strong feelings there. However, the color blue, that's a color I can get behind. You want to come up to me? You want to talk about the color blue? We'll be there for a while.
I love purple.
Is that your favorite color?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I knew that.
Damn.
Of course I knew that. No, it was funny. I answered my own question while I asked it. I was like, I know it is. Why'd I ask? It's okay. I saved myself.
I don't want to talk about Sonic 2.
You're not.
Let's talk about something that I want to talk about. Something that I remember.
Well, actually, I was talking to a friend because we have friends that are actually passionate about this franchise. No.
Oh.
This is just you and I yelling at each other in a void. We just forgot to record it for 2 months. That I was like, I finally watched a movie where it had fan service that I had no idea what the fan service was even remotely addressing. Like, because whenever he turned yellow, I was like, why'd that happen?
Oh, yeah. What did he happen?
Like, because he got the Infinity Stones that are not the Infinity Stones, but they definitely are. The Chaos Emeralds or whatever they're called, even though they all have like the exact same colors. Whatever, I'm not getting into it.
I think you just did.
The same. That's my take on that. It was fun. I think that the franchise has the potential to get a lot better than they are, and it makes me wish that Detective Pikachu had a sequel already because I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie was so good.
Yeah, the Pokemon movie should have like 40 by now, and I don't mean the animated ones. I mean like the legendary live-action hybrid ones. Yeah, what'd you give it?
I don't know, because I feel like if I say it randomly, then I might have to change out my letterbox.
Well, I know exactly what your score is.
Oh,
but
why didn't you just tell me?
Because it's your review.
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
You gave it 3.5 stars. We gave it the same thing.
Oh, see? Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Whatever.
I'm out here I'm struggling, trying to figure out, dang, what do I think about that movie? It's like, that song's great.
If I would have lied to you, which I would never do, I'm not you, and told you that you gave it 4.5, what would you have done?
I would have changed it. I guess like, there's no way I give it a 4.5.
Like, what do you mean it's one of my favorite movies of the year? I was like, Erwin, you told me when you got out of it. This is my favorite movie of the year.
Me, the only time I ever played Sonic was through Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah,
and then I've seen
games, like any of them.
No, I remember seeing like episodes from like I don't know how many different TV shows there were with Sonic, but I've definitely seen some episodes of Sonic.
There's that anime one on like Fox Kids or whatever it is, Sonic X.
I didn't watch that one. No, I'm talking about like the cartoonish one, the one that's like with like Super Mario, like that type of cartoon.
Oh, I think that's the same. I'm sure someone's getting mad at us right now. Like, what the fuck do you mean the same? No, they're not.
Cancel somewhere between. Clearly, they don't know anything about Sonic.
Somewhere between an idiot and a doofus.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. What's next? Did you see Ambulance?
No, I still want to.
I loved it. Okay. I loved this movie. It was frenetic and insane and all over the place, and someone gave Michael Bay a drone, and Michael Bay really likes drones now because half this movie is shot like with insane aerial views of drones that are just moving in and out of cars. And for a movie this long, it's 2.5 hours long, and the entire thing is a chase scene. It's incredible. It has amazing performances by both Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and Isaac Gonzalez is really great in it, and I think it does just really effective. It's not shaky cam so much as is like this, because you know how you and I have talked about the Bourne movies, and you like them a lot more than I do. They do that kind of really fast, sort of shaky camera aesthetic thing, but they do it really well. I think this also does that. It's a bit more stable, and Jake Gyllenhaal is just giving like an insane performance. I mean, granted, typically anytime he shows up in anything, you kind of know the sort of character he's going to play. Occasionally he switches it up, but if he's there dialing it up, he will go the full like over the top, really yelly performance, and he's great in it. I want to watch this movie again. Actually, I kind of wish I'd seen it in IMAX. I saw it in like the EVX format, which is just like this discount whatever IMAX thing in the theater that we used to go to, like Cinemark XD or whatever, you know. Actually, which I wouldn't call that discount because I like it. It's cool. Loved it though. I gave it 4 out of 5, I think. Just because.
All right, Daniel. Enough about Ambulance, right? Let's talk about a movie that I actually enjoyed, right?
We're about to move on.
Yeah. Here we are, moving on, right? Let's talk about Chip and Dale, right? Chip and Dale.
That's not till the end, Erwin.
Why?
We'll get there.
No,
I'm going
already
the
here.
Release order.
What order?
I'm not gonna.
I have no spreadsheet of anything.
I do.
Why don't you send it to me?
I'm not gonna skip talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once, Erwin.
I thought we were gonna save the best for last. Oh, so you think Chip and Dale's better than Everywhere, or that long title?
Oh yeah, no. We'll be reviewing Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Did we talk about the Batman?
No. What? We did like an hour and a half episode on that.
Oh, we did? What about X?
Yes, we did. X?
X.
We did. That was our last episode before you were like, oh, sorry, my name is Erwin, and I can't record for 2 months for some reason.
You don't sound upset about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Not at all.
Very cool.
So, Everything Everywhere All at Once, though, huh?
Wait, what? Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Beast. Crimes of... No. That's the second one. Dumbledore. The Secrets of Dumbledore. Very rarely do I see a movie, and I try and not be hyperbolic about anything ever, all at once, really.
You should be anabolic.
I can't miss my anabolic window, Erwin.
Go open it.
Once we're done recording, I gotta go run down 30 minutes before we're done, and drink a protein shake. But I very rarely get out of a movie second it's over think that is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. That it will be one of like absolute favorite of favorites. And well, that was one of them. I thought the movie was creative, visually stunning, made me cry a lot, really checked every single kind of box. The leads, Ki Huy Kwan, I apologize if I said that wrong, is incredible. I can't believe they got him back into acting after Goonies and Temple of Doom. He's so good in it. Michelle Yeoh is phenomenal. Everything about it, really. Jamie Lee Curtis, the fight scenes are both visually distinctive and funny. And these guys, the Daniels, already thought Swiss Army Man was one of my favorite movies. And yet again, this is them taking their form, their approach. They very obviously have a style already. And because, I mean, even though it's not a movie, if you were to watch the Turn Down for What music video now, you'd be like, okay, that's them. But no, everything about the movie blew me away. What'd you think?
The same. The exact same way. It's been a while since like you came out of a theater, especially for a movie that you haven't seen. Well, a movie that's not connected to anything, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels like it just opened up a whole world, yet felt so personal. And it was just amazing. Like, it's like what you said, though. It just checked, like, every category with, like, action. I'm liking every genre. I know nothing but action. Back to my 12-year-old self.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Do you still hold the same opinion of The Dark Knight Rises?
Oh, for sure.
Not enough action. I remember that movie Lincoln came out, and I asked you if you'd seen it. You were like, "Why would I watch that?" You were like,
honestly, why would I watch that now? Megan, I would watch it because I love Daniel Day-Lewis and then Spielberg. So Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. I can't tell you what I thought of Lincoln. I've seen it. I know I have. Someone is in that I was really surprised by when I looked up the actors that were in it, but I don't remember who it was anymore.
All right, don't tell me. I know you like to spoil things. So
me when Morbius cameos in Lincoln. Oh my god,
dude, no that's like the best thing that came out of Morbius, just the memes. Because I remember telling you like, what did I watch? Like, I forgot what trailer or something that I just watched. And I was like, the number one morb in the world, and I was just busted out laughing, and I was just like, oh my god.
Morb heads are raving. This is the Morbius movie you've been waiting for. As if there's not just one. No, I think it reminded me a lot of The Matrix, of course, in that, like, I don't know what the public reception was, but
for Morbius?
I think it's really, I do know what the public reception of Morbius was. Everyone saw it, and then everybody got an encore release because everyone was raving about wanting to watch it again.
It made more $1 billion.
It made him more $1 billion.
I can't say that without laughing.
Number one Morbi in the world.
Oh man,
it's so silly. I can't wait
He's
for
a Marvel
40
legend.
more Morbius movies.
What, 40?
Are you just reacting to what I just said?
Yes. 40 of them? Holy crap.
I love the TikTok, the thing that spiraled the meme where he was like, how does he stay in shape? Pilates helps.
Dude, that's what I was thinking about that today.
I always think about how when he says the I am Venom thing, and then he says, just kidding, it's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. But he never says that in the movie. In the movie, he just says, I am Venom, and then he runs away. It makes no sense. It's like not even a joke.
What? That doesn't make sense. Because like he's never met Venom.
Yeah, how does he know of him? My favorite shot in that movie, though, is whenever it was like, vampire killing Morbius at number one culprit, or whatever it says.
I think it'd be so funny if you just break down that movie and just say why that scene happens, like why. So it's like I am Venom, right? And like you pause there and it's like, all right, so the reason why Morbius said this, right? I am Venom is to showcase the audience that he's a funny guy, right? And so
it's like those people that do those frame for frame breakdowns. Yes. It's like, why The Last Jedi is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And then it's like,
guys, keep in mind, right? I've only seen the Star Wars movies and Breaking Bad. That's it.
You're describing like two people that I know. And that's not even the Breaking Bad part. All right. Anyway, back to the movie that we're supposed to be reviewing.
Oh, yes. What movie?
No, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I love that movie.
I really want to go see it again, but it was one of those movies where at the end of it you feel exhausted in a good way. I didn't realize how long it was. Did you know that it was 220?
I didn't know that. 220? I thought it was like,
yeah.
I thought it was like 150. I did not.
No, not at all. Because when I went to go see it, the listing said 212, but I was looking at a Blu-ray, like the cover for it, on a website because I was wondering when it came out. Because, day one purchased, obviously. And it said 140 minutes. So I was like, oh, wow. I was like, I didn't remember it being that long. And, I mean, it's everything you've heard and more, really. It's one of those movies where you're like, I can't believe that this movie lives up to the hype that it has. But it really does. It's, just the best thing I've seen in a while. The best movie I've seen this year. And will it be topped by anything? I don't really know. But this has been kind of an incredible year for movies so far, to me, at least. I gave this.
Wow, Daniel watches one Morbius movie, and then all of a sudden he's like, "This is the best year of my life."
Dude, whenever Morbius ended, you would have believed how ecstatic I was. I'm actually mad.
That you left the theater?
Our friend Dakota. No, well, the whole hour 40 experience of Morbius.
Why does it feel longer? Even though I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen them.
It feels 3 hours.
We actually, Dakota got a poster for it, and
why?
Because they had a ton of them. Because we wanted to hang it up in our apartment. Because we're Morb heads. And
Don't make that
then
a thing, please.
I'm not even the one that's making it a thing. It's a thing on the internet. You wouldn't
There you
believe the
go.
Morpeds that
Just
are
like
out
our
there in the
parents,
world.
blaming the internet.
It's just like the satanic panic thing in Stranger Things, but it's with Morbius.
Yes.
Morbius clubs are rampant. We'll do a separate episode on that, by the way. I feel like we have enough to talk about with that. That can be its own
Brought
thing.
to you guys by McDonald's.
I wish. Could you imagine?
No, Burger King.
I went under.
Guys,
Dude,
I
no,
like Burger King.
more than McDonald's.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I haven't been
I
there
just
in
do.
years. I haven't been there in years, but Burger King is advertised in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, so how bad can they really be? I really like McDonald's, though.
I like their fries more than like anything else at McDonald's, but I just think when it comes to Burger King, like their fries are okay and their burger is okay. And so like I'm like, all right, so like in a sense like it's fine, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Burger King. You were like, okay, so this place is shit, right? But
No, I'm
here's
saying
why I
Burger
like
King.
it.
No, I'm saying Burger King. Like it's just.
You are
like,
saying this place?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like it's the best or like oh it tastes
Then
great.
what do you love it for?
I'm talking about just like fast food chains, I guess. I don't know.
Carl's Jr. is the best one.
I do like Carl's Jr. a lot more than Burger King.
Me
I
too.
thought we were just comparing Burger King and McDonald's. Like if Carl's Jr. was in the mix, I was like, oh, I would choose Carl's Jr.
I think their chicken nuggets are better than anything.
But I guess I'm talking about popularity.
Burger King.
Like Burger King
is
and
not more
McDonald's.
popular than McDonald's.
Okay, Burger King and McDonald's are more popular than Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
The hell is Hardee's? Oh, it's the
It's
same.
Carl's Jr., but like in California, yeah, they're
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, but
I-
McDonald's and Burger King is a lot bigger than compared to like Carl's Jr.
Did you ever try the BTS sauces? They were really good.
No.
I wish that they still sold them. I remember one of our last cheat days when I got McDonald's. I had one of them, and while I was entirely out of it, I still remember thinking like, these are incredible.
Wow, what an ad.
Bring the McRib back, please.
What were we talking about?
What did you give Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I gave it 6 out of 5.
Cool. We can't do that, but cool.
Oh wow. You just bored me.
So 5 out of 5. You know how much I've sacrificed.
Let's talk about a movie that
We've both seen.
yes.
Okay, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
Oh my
starring
God.
Nicolas Cage. I also loved this movie. I
Yeah, it was really
don't know
good.
what you thought of it, actually.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
good.
what'd you think of it?
No, it was actually like, it was really good. Like I wasn't really. I don't know. It was Nicolas Cage, so of course I was like, oh, Nicolas Cage, awesome. But I just thought the movie itself, like, I didn't really think I was gonna like enjoy it, but I really did.
Yeah. I was kind of. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like Nicolas Cage, just I don't know. It's just like I feel like I just haven't seen him in such a long time, and so like it just throws everything at you.
Yeah. That movie made me realize kind of how much of a fan of his I am, because I think that no matter how bad the thing that he's in is, he's always fully committed.
Yes.
And the movie even addresses this. Did you see like the whole thing about him accepting this movie and everything? He said that he originally didn't want to accept the role because he felt like it was making fun of him up until they actually let him read it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, okay, no, I understand what you're going for. I think it's more, it does make fun of him, but it's more a celebration of him, and it's kind of like an explanation for why he does some of the things that he does in his career.
At first, that's what I thought too, where it's just like, oh, they're making fun of him, but it's like what you said. I feel like it's more, it just leans more to him explaining to the audience like what he does and how he prepares for roles and why people have like this. There's like a fandom with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you saw Pig from last year.
No, I still haven't seen it.
I think he should have been Oscar nominated for it. It's an incredible movie. It's one of his like most kind of understated, very preserved roles. And they even mentioned Mandy in this movie, which I love that movie. But what really struck me about this is actually that it's way more of a buddy comedy with Pedro Pascal than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
because their chemistry with each other is incredible. And I wish more studio comedies like this were coming out, because you remember back in like 2010, 2011, it was like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, This Is the End,
the other guys,
all, like that.
Step Brothers.
Yeah, no,
sorry,
that whole movies. Thing. No, but that's exactly what I'm complaining about, is those movies like that are all sent to straight to Netflix, straight to Hulu now, and it sucks, because I think big studio comedies like this, or like Game Night, I loved, is one of my more recent favorites.
Game Night was
also,
so good.
I just watched it again kind of recently. It's so good. It just kind of makes you miss them, and they're very funny. They're a great energy with a crowd, even though I'm pretty sure these people were having sex behind us when we saw it, but good for them. That's why they left halfway through, I'm pretty sure. Weird. It was great though. No, I loved it. I thought it was really creative. It reminded me a lot of another movie that he's in. I don't know if you saw Adaptation, but
I have not. No.
That's different in that he's kind of playing a screenwriter, Charlie Kaufman, and Kaufman's making fun of himself because he can't come up with a movie idea, so the screenplay within the movie is, the movie itself. It's one of those. And then here, once again, they're both trying to come up with a buddy comedy, and they're like, what if it's this? And then it's pretty much just the movie that we're watching. My only kind of preservations about it, from what I remember, were that I wish that Tiffany Haddish and Ike Barinholtz had more to do. Because
I feel like, I guess if it was well, or if it was not known, I guess because they're not well known actors, but they're well known to us. I guess if you're, if you watch a lot of movies, and you'll know who they are. But like if they had like smaller roles, like actors who weren't as well known, then it wouldn't really matter, I would say, because it was good what they were in, but I didn't think they were really needed, because I wanted the movie to still focus on Nick Cage and like that relationship with Pedro Pascal, which they did well.
Yeah, which it mostly does.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I was mostly just struck at how little they were in it, because I had just finished watching The After Party, I think, and that movie had come out like 2 weeks later. But no, I loved it. Any movie that reminds me that Paddington 2 is one of the best movies ever made.
Oh, dude, that was hilarious. I was just nice.
A+ in my book. I don't know if I told you this. Aaron actually audibly, like, out loud said yes. He was like, I'm sorry, I don't usually talk during movies, but he thought it was like amazing. I was like, I agree with you. Worth it. Another one of my favorites of the year, actually. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I really was struck by how much I love this and how creative and smart I thought it was. What'd you think?
4 out of 5.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, is there a problem?
No elaboration. No, I was wondering.
Okay.
I'm just gonna talk about this for a quick minute before we get into the Northman. I saw Fantastic Beast. I liked it. Not much else to say.
I saw the sequel. I like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I think Maz Mikkelsen does better in that role than he does in the third one. Him being in it makes way more sense, just actor-wise.
The third one or this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to imagine myself, okay, Johnny Depp saying these lines that he has in the third one.
Yeah.
I don't think it works the same.
Really? Then again, I feel like in the second one, I just remember him. What was it? It's just like you didn't really see much of Johnny Depp, regardless. Though, like it felt
That's
like
true.
they were just. It was just like a setup. It was one of those movies where it was just setting up for the next one and the next one, type of thing, and so like it didn't really give us a chance to like explore with the characters itself.
Well, in this one, he's like a co-lead. He's kind of in it just as much as like Jude Law.
Oh, nice.
And it's weird. My gripes with it, because I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I saw the reviews for it. It's not well received. I definitely like it more than most, but I'm kind of grew up obsessed with Harry Potter still.
I feel like you can't really
that.
trust like any reviews online.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like when it comes to like ratings and stuff, just because people always bombard it now. And especially if they don't like one thing about it. So, like, okay, people don't like J.K. Rowling, right? Because of, like, her old political issues.
And while I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that she says either,
Yeah.
it's a lot of like you separate the actual, content that you're getting from like life,
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about Kevin Spacey then?
I'm not talking about that, but I do not like Kevin Spacey, and you know that. Isn't American Beauty your favorite movie of all time, Erwin?
Wait. Wasn't he one of your top actors? No, that was me.
Yeah, that was you.
Well, damn.
I still have... My favorite actor just likes to date 25-year-olds. Ha.
Damn it, Leo. Well, my actor won 2 Oscars, so...
Okay, yeah, let's move on from this.
Okay.
My gripes with this kind of come from, like, I enjoy the sort of espionage, like, war stuff that they're doing.
Wait, what are we talking about?
But it's weird. Fantastic Beasts.
Oh.
But what I find weird about it is it kind of forgot that the premise is just really cool beasts running around.
Yes.
And the best...
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was just from the second one, right? Like... I remember
they're not in it like at all.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, like it's just the title is so misleading.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
What I will say about the third one is it kind of remembers that because the best set piece is set around this like monster thing and it's very cool. And it's like in the middle of the movie, but luckily it's like, the middle of the movie, so it's a whole half hour. But you're also kind of reminded that, oh yeah, that's what these movies are supposed to be about. Like, it's another one of those, people call them, or they think that they should be Pokemon, but in Harry Potter world. I'm like, you're not wrong. They should be that. They're not. But some of it's fun. I think Jude Law's a really great interpretation of Dumbledore, and he has that character down, and I love that character, so I like seeing him more. And his relationship with Maz Mikkelsen, I wish they would have gotten into more of because it's the best part of the movie. But they didn't, and it didn't do well at all, so I'm pretty sure there won't be another one.
Yeah. Dang.
I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I didn't...
I remember you and I were also talking about, like, how it's just been directed by David Ayer. Still, right?
Oh. Wait, no. Oh, David Yates.
Or Yates. I don't know why I said Ayer.
David Ayer's the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. He disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Yates.
Definitely.
It's just like I wish like they had different directors,
I think it's because those final stretch of Harry Potter movies are, incredible.
Yes.
And he's the one behind all of them. But obviously, if you continue with the same person with the same style, I actually kind of blame J.K. Rowling's screenwriting abilities more than his directing, because she writes stuff like they're books. Because I think you even told me, you were like, I notice a lot of the second one is just them kind of standing around, not moving, talking to each other.
Yeah.
And I think that
like
it's
the right
bit better than the third one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Then. Just because I remember I think I told you where it's just like they're talking to one another, but it doesn't feel like what they're saying is moving the plot along.
Yeah, they're just kind of having conversations, which works in book format and or even a series format where like I don't need every single scene to further the plot. Sometimes scenes are there so characters can talk to each other and you can like the character more.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that entire franchise is like a lost cause. So what is it? I even saw an interview with one of the people, like the producers at WB, and they were like, yeah, we don't know why we greenlit that franchise for 5 movies. We didn't see the potential behind having 5. We only saw it for like 2 or 3, but well,
dang, that's crazy.
We have 3 of them now. And I was like, why would you just say that?
Yeah.
It's WB though, so not like unsurprised.
Really? Because clearly you haven't seen Chip and Dale. All right, guys.
We're almost there.
Oh
We're almost there.
Watch. Once we get to Chip and Dale, we'll be like, I don't want to talk about it.
I love that movie, though. So.
Oh, I love that movie, right? So, Chip and Dale.
Okay, Erwin.
Yeah.
The Northman.
The Northman.
is incredible.
Yeah.
I loved every second of that movie. I can't believe that they gave Robert Eggers that much money to make one of his movies, and I think it held his style, his visual distinction. It's just as weird as his other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why it didn't do well box office wise. It was never going to.
That sucks.
But
that really sucks.
It does suck. It sucks a lot because you're like, look, this movie's gonna make $0, but the people that
it's gonna be great.
are gonna love it, and loved it. Thought it. Anya Taylor-Joy was awesome in it. So was Nicole Kidman, and the lead. Loved all of it. I don't know what he's gonna do going forward. I think he said he wants to do one more movie set in this sort of era, like with The Witch and now this.
Oh wow, really?
And I'd be down. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I think he still keeps his horror tinged sort of look at it because it's not straight up a horror movie or anything, but it still has the visual imagery.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of The Green Knight a lot. In that what's real, I don't really know. This one's a bit more straightforward about what it is about, though.
Wait, you know how The Witch, like the way it ended and everything?
Yeah, I remember the last shot.
Right, and like how Northman, like with Anya Taylor-Joy in it as well, and she's technically a witch.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same?
Oh, you're trying.
It's actually pretty cool.
I don't think so because
why?
They're both made by different studios. So if you somehow tried to use,
is it by the same director?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they own the rights to that.
Though. Oh my god, dude, you're no fun. All right, guys, Chip and Dale, right?
It's like the same thing as like whenever Captain America. Would you be quiet?
Damn. Okay, I thought this was a co-host thing.
I thought we were allowed to say whatever we want on here.
I thought I was on Twitter.
What'd you think of The Northman?
I loved it. Cause I think it's like a sequel to The Witch. Now I'm just leaning toward this. I like what I thought.
This reminds me of whenever I got really mad at some TikTok that was like, did you know that in Captain America, the First Avenger, there's a reference to Fantastic Four? I'm like, that's literally not possible. They would get sued. I was like, they don't own the rights to that right now.
I mean, they're in it. So I don't know, Daniel. I'm confused.
Did you know that when Patrick Stewart shows up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that's an X-Men reference because he is an X-Man? Question mark?
It's like, you know, the movie mistake in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was when Professor Xavier was introduced as an X-Men, even though he was just one man.
And then he died.
Well...
no, any actual clarifications on this? Or
what, to the Northman?
It? Yeah.
Oh, no, I loved it. Why?
All right.
What did you think of it?
I'm asking you.
Well, damn. It's because like you say everything that I was already planning on saying, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna repeat myself or repeat what you said. How about this?
What'd you think of Willem Dafoe?
He was barely in it. There's not much to say.
He was awesome in it, though. I love that final fight too. It's not like this movie's really action heavy, but the action that it does have is really interestingly filmed and very, barbaric in the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
I do want to watch this again kind of soon because I've been thinking about it a lot. I sort of do think it's one of those movies that I wish could have gotten like an IMAX release, but it's not like they ever would because why would they? Because I think that it could be experienced really big, but they won't do that. Same goes for like The Green Knight. I wish I could have seen it that way. 5 out of 5 on this one. Another one of my favorites of the year. What about you, Erwin?
I also give it 5 out of 5.
Okay. All right. Before we get to Chip and Dale,
I don't want to talk about Chip and Dale, dude.
What?
Yeah.
We are going to talk about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh crap! Spoilers, guys.
Or do you want to save that for a separate episode? Because I know that you and I can talk about that and.
Yeah, let's save it for a separate one. Oh yeah, let's just do that. Yeah.
We'll do that, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel probably like in the same.
Oh yeah. I can do that.
Yep. Okay, we'll save that. Yeah, no, we'll save that. Although I definitely did just spoil Doctor Strange earlier.
Yeah.
My bad. The movie's a month and a half old, and it comes on to Disney Plus in like a week. So,
Woo.
which, all right, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Man, I was a big fan of this.
Chip and Dale, dude. That Post Malone song is actually really
The
good.
Post Malone song, I really like that song.
Yes.
I saw one of like the Vecna Stranger Things TikToks that was like, when Vecna still kills me, because my favorite song is currently the Chip and Dale song.
I love that because it's just funny because people are like, wait, this is your song? Oh yeah, I told you about that, like the Glee thing. I was like,
The
what?
Glee one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Vecna goes, just leave.
Yeah, he's like, you can just go.
Just go.
I thought this movie was awesome. I would not put it past the Lonely Island guys to make a movie like this, and I can't believe this movie honestly even exists. It has some insane references.
I'm trying to think of another movie where it's like if you pause it, like that for like each frame, there's always something that you can find. Oh, Ready Player One.
I was gonna say the Lego movie.
Oh yeah, the Lego movie as well.
I
that's all
think
Warner
this
Brothers,
is...
right? Holy crap.
Which movie?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Space Jam 2.
I still haven't seen it.
Here's why I think this is better than those, though, is I feel like whenever they bring in their references, they actually do something with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like not just there to be there. They're either making fun of that thing or they're kind of like making new jokes out of it.
Yes.
It's not just like, here's this thing that you recognize. It's more like, here's that thing that you recognize and we're going to make fun of it, or we're going to do something else with it. Like the fact that Ben Affleck's Batman is kind of in this movie is weird.
With E.T., dude, that was amazing.
Oh yeah, it was so funny. I don't know. I know that you and I though. This is like specifically we find the Lonely Island people so funny.
Dude, I still remember when like back in like high school, not even that, like middle school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we were just like learning and just like watching Lonely Island and all, man, it just brings back memories.
Formative. Like that's where the sense of humor comes from. That and like SpongeBob, you know, like you ever take some things that like, what makes your sense of humor your sense of humor, and you would just trace it back, and it would be like that.
Lonely Island, the old Disney Channel TV shows for me, some Nickelodeon as well. Yeah.
Sweet Life and Deck, Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to actually like write that down, like write a pattern of things that like you remember being really funny.
Yeah.
I like that idea actually.
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna do that at some point. Yeah. No, I think it was very smart. I'm not really particularly fond of just cameos and things anymore. Like it's fun for a bit, but then you're kind of like, okay, when someone just shows up and then you clap and they leave, you're kind of like, okay, what else is there to that though?
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be more substantial than that. Like here an example of something I told you, what my differences in terms of how I think Darth Vader shows up in Rogue One compared to how he's utilized in Obi-Wan, I find is actually something substantial, like narratively in Kenobi. While in Rogue One, he's just kind of there for a minute, and you're like, that was the best part of the movie, even though if you look at it, it's like a minute 10 clip.
Dude, I still remember going out of it thinking it's like, oh, that lasted like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, what do you mean that scene lasted forever? You're like, no, it didn't.
No, that was like half the movie.
Yeah, Darth Vader was in every scene.
Oh man.
Yeah.
To go back to like that Rogue One time, because I remember like everyone's like opinions just shifted. Because
like that was the best movie I've ever seen, the best Star Wars movie. Oh my god, yeah. Sheldon Cooper robot. And
that was Sheldon Cooper.
No, I always call him that, but he just acts the same.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. That's Alan Tudyk, I think. No, I love this movie. I'm gonna watch it again in a couple of days because Aaron hasn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite thing in this, by far, this movie is the best movie with Sonic in it.
Oh my god, dude!
I love Tim Robinson. I Think You Should Leave, I think, is one of the funniest things I've like. Cool.
Oh.
I oh, okay. I get it. I think you should leave is Don't Say It Again. It's one of the best shows
You just
I've
said it.
it's one of my favorites. I think it's hilarious, and I think him being the ugly Sonic or whatever he is so smart and so funny. I can't believe he's actually even in it as much as he is.
Yeah, I just thought it was gonna be like a one and done thing. I remember like I was gonna see Chip and Dale, but the moment that like made me watch it like that same day where I was like, I'll watch it when when I can. It was whenever I saw
Yeah.
like a photo of Ugly Sonic, and I'm just like, what?
And they kept him the same and everything.
Yes.
It's so funny. No, I think I gave this a really high score, and I'm not going to change it because I think it deserves it. Because I think whenever we do a top whatever, this will be there because of how much I loved it. I did give it 4.5 out of 5, I think.
Damn.
I just thought it was so smart and so unbelievably funny. And I'm really excited to watch it again with someone who hasn't seen it and doesn't even know about any of the stuff that's in it. So that'll be great. What'd you think of it overall?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Thought it was funny. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Last but not least, and I'm kind of excited to talk about this one because we've talked about it a little bit, but
What?
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh my god, dude. I'm sorry, please continue.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
So good. It's I was
Daniel
trying to
made me
explain
shave my entire facial hair except for my mustache.
Oh, did you actually do it?
Yeah.
Haha, you fell into the trend of what's popular right now.
Wait, don't you watch the most popular movies that come out every single month, Daniel? Don't you follow a trend?
Aren't you also a fan of the most popular show of all time right now? He's like,
Better Call Saul?
I wish.
Oh, I guess I'm a hipster since nobody knows about that show.
Everyone knows about Better Call Saul, but I get annoyed whenever I have conversations where people are like, "Yeah, I saw it, but like
It's not Breaking
I only
Bad.
I only saw the first season, even though it's just as good, if not better, and right now it is better." Whatever.
I think it's as good still. So
You should see those final 2 seasons you haven't seen.
Jesus, dude,
Anyway, Top Gun. I love the stunts in this. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise, that's for sure. Whether or not you have your opinions on him, I know you and I, we always try and do the separate like art from artist thing. Is he out of his mind?
Really?
Is he out of his mind? Yes, he is. But if he weren't out of his mind, we wouldn't get movies like this. So I'm also like actually really surprised, and I think it's really cool though that he also got everyone else that's in this movie to do the same stuff that he does. It adds way more of a weight and way more of a tangibility to this. And I guess just to add our thoughts on the first one. You haven't seen it, right?
No, I've not. I've only seen like scenes.
What do you know about it?
There's a volleyball
Of course.
scene. There was like a kissing scene. There was I don't see anything with Chris Stuckman, that review.
Oh yeah.
I remember him just talking about it, and I'm just like, oh. But other than that, that's what pretty much got me. It's just like I wasn't really eager to watch the first one just because of the time when it came out.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't really think like the fight, like the dog fights was gonna be like anything suspenseful.
I don't even remember how they were, and I've seen the movie. It's good question mark. It's one of those like it's very much a staple in 80s cinema. It's one of those that you watch it though and you're actually like, is this good? Who told you this was good? And like it has the kind of 80s nostalgia though where you're sort of like, okay, I get why people liked it at the time. Loved it, a little bit confused, but whatever. But this sort of feels like the movie that everyone says that they saw in the 80s. This is like actually that good. I can't believe it is. Maybe it reminded me a lot of how I felt about Creed and Creed 2 specifically, because Creed 2, while I love Rocky 4, has its actual cinematic, issues. it reminded me of how Creed 2 went back and made stuff in Rocky 4 more emotionally tangible and available, like all the stuff with Drago and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and made it actually something substantial. This does that with Goose and his son, and I think I've seen the first one, but it's been forever. I remember just kind of thinking, yeah, it's cool. I had to study some scenes from it for school. Like the opening that they straight up do an entire recreation of. But what I loved about this is I think what this distinguishes itself from in terms of like legacy sequels is you and I both liked that new Ghostbusters. But
I
it
disagree.
does kind of do...
Oh, I just shut you down, huh?
Yeah. Well, I was like, what am I supposed to say? You disagree with yourself?
No, I did enjoy the new Ghostbusters movie a lot.
Yeah. What I think separates itself, though, is that that's one of those where it's like, here are the original guys. And they're just kind of there, and you're like, why are they here? You don't really know why. With this, I think whenever they reference stuff from the first, it's very natural, and it doesn't ever try and do just callbacks for the sake of it. But also, like, what kind of fan service is there to do to the first Top Gun?
Mm-hmm.
I think John Hamm rocks in this. I love John Hamm. The entire cast is incredibly likable. I think that's what makes this movie, actually. Like, sort of kind of secret charm to it is that, like, they made everyone just immensely likable, no matter, like, what kind of character they are. What'd you think of it?
Daniel, you're literally taking everything what I would say.
You've got more to say. There's
What do
more
I do?
to say.
What's to say?
Talk about Miles Teller or something. Talk about the action combat that I haven't even said anything about yet.
I think you just mentioned all of it.
This is what happens when you and I have the same opinion on something.
But
You're just
I'm
like,
just gonna start lying, and then I'm just gonna say I hate everything that you like, and whatever you.
What do you mean?
hate,
I'm just
I
gonna
like.
start lying.
Oh crap! I like Morbius.
You've already started.
No, I loved it from
Wow.
start to finish. I guess I don't know.
I think I told you I was like, because all the reviews for it were just like insane.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Before it had
I
even
think
come out.
it's like I think I've seen the trailers for this movie more times than I'll ever gonna see Top Gun Maverick. Even though I love this movie so much,
Yeah.
I've probably seen the trailers more times than I'll ever see like this new Top Gun
The movie itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a movie. Go out in a theater and sit down and watch
yes.
it, please. It requires it. But that's actually the entire reason why our friend Aaron, I saw this movie twice. I saw it with Dakota the second time, with my dad the first. He was begrudging about this because he hates Tom Cruise, and
Who,
he
your
was
dad?
like, yeah.
I thought he hated Leonardo.
He also hates Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh dang! What the heck?
But he liked Don't Look Up. I don't know.
Don't.
And coming out of that, my dad was just like, yeah, that's my favorite Tom Cruise movie. I was like, nice. I was like, because it was really great. I don't know. I think it's cool because there's also, it could have just been what I thought the trailers made it out to be. It was just like, here's this character back. It's Tom Cruise. He's super cool. You know him.
Mm-hmm.
And while it is all that, it actually has like meaning behind it.
Yeah.
And the stuff with Val Kilmer is really kind of touching and sort of sad because that is like actual Val Kilmer who's had problems. And I haven't seen the documentary that he made about himself, but I really want to. It's called Val, I believe. It's on a Prime Video, and it's just like a documentation of kind of his entire life and how his illness kind of affected his acting and the reason why he's not really in anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So him showing up in this at all, whenever it said with Val Kilmer, like in the opening credits, I thought it was just going to be like that one picture of him.
Oh yeah, me too.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that or just like footage or something, or like his voice.
Yeah. Just like with Val Kilmer, and then it's just kind of like, here's a flashback.
Yeah, that's what I thought
footage
as well. But no, he actually showed up, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, no, I was surprised.
So why wasn't he talking?
He did talk.
No, he didn't.
But at the very
What's wrong
end,
with his voice?
You know, look it up. If
Oh, you're not gonna tell me? You're not gonna tell the audience?
Well, I'm not gonna clarify because I don't fully know myself what the
So
illness is.
then I'm confused.
About.
You talking about this issue that he has, and you know nothing about it, therefore you have to bring it up.
You're talking in circles.
No, I think it's pretty square.
You just want to argue.
No, I want to talk about this movie, Top Gun Maverick.
There
In
goes
theaters.
Erwin lying
In
again.
theaters, July 13th.
Gets delayed for 2 years again. But what I was getting at is that trailer is the reason why our friend Aaron didn't see it. He was like, I have seen that trailer so many times. I do not want to see this movie anymore. He still hasn't seen it. And it's frustrating because I was like, I know he'd like it. Because people call them dad movies, you know?
Yeah.
Which I know what they mean when they say it, but dad movies are some of the best movies ever made. Ford v Ferrari. The Creed movies, of course.
Those are dad movies?
It's just like, yeah, it's just they have it just like, you can, how do I describe it? You just see them and you're kind of like, my dad would love this.
True.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that's like what they mean.
Yeah.
Like, and this is all American, all sports, love your father, take him to go see it sort of movie. And I think something really smart about this is I think the reason why it has one of the best third acts I've seen in like a blockbuster in forever is because the build-up is like so worth it, and the training stuff is just as good, and the setup is just as good. I think taking you along through the 3-act structure of here's everybody, here's the team, here's the crew. The second act is like, here's the breakdown, here's the mission, here's the stakes, here's what goes wrong if otherwise. So by the time that you actually get there, you fully understand like what they're doing, why they're doing it, and all that stuff's really smart. You got anything else to say about it?
No.
Erwin? Okay.
I'm good.
Well,
Because I feel like you're going to insult me, so I don't want to say anything.
well, so I'm not gonna insult you.
Lies. Deceptions.
Go ahead. Say whatever you're gonna say.
Oh. I love Top Gun Maverick. I give it 5 out of 5.
Me too. I think it's one of the best legacy sequels ever made, and it kind of just annihilates the first one with how good it is. 5 out of 5. It's kind of funny because now that we're catching up, I'm realizing I think I've given like 3 or 4, but these are all, I don't know. Like I said, it's been kind of a great year, and we're halfway through. Let's see what's up next. We are definitely, absolutely going to talk about these things next. I promise. It'll be Jurassic World: The Minion, and what's after that? Lightyear, because we will be doing
Wait, I have to watch The
release.
Minions? Is that a sequel to like The Minions?
Minions: The Rise of Gru. Oh no, Jurassic World: Dominion, but I like calling it Jurassic World: The Minion.
Wait, okay. I watched the new Jurassic World movie. There's that one. But I'm talking about like The Minion, The Rise of Gru.
I'm gonna see it because
Is that a sequel to like The Minions?
yes,
So I have to watch The Minions.
Minions.
Or Minions. There's no the?
I think so. No, there's no the.
Oh.
Drop the. It's cleaner. I'm.
All right. Oh, wait, that movie's so like you.
I thought you meant I am so. What's his name in that? I forgot. The fucking not Bitly. Music guy. You know what I'm talking about. Justin Timberlake.
Music guy.
He makes music. He's in Trolls. No, so Jurassic World Dominion, which Erwin and I are finally going to probably have an argument just about Jurassic Park movies in general next week. So
Probably.
And Lightyear, which I'm very excited for. And then after we'll catch up on some stuff. Anyway, we are finally back. We are going to be consistent. We promise. Thank you guys so much for listening. Erwin, where can they find you?
Nowhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I forgot all of our social media handles, so I'm going to need to figure that out.
What if I delete all my social media accounts?
Then you would have no more social media, and I wouldn't bring it up anymore.
Interesting.
If you listen, get rid of your social media because I think I need to do it too, but I can't because I like going on Instagram.
Same.
Yeah. Twitter I could do without, but that's how I find out movie reviews sometimes.
I like going to Twitter just because it's funny. I like to.
It is kind of funny.
I like to see people argue and like use memes as a way to argue.
You mean you just arguing with people constantly for no reason?
It's funny. Right. Let me just give. I'll just have the same opinion as somebody, so therefore there's nothing to like.
Look, I'm just saying, if you had the same opinion as I did on everything, you would never be wrong. Our Instagram is somewhere between film. Anyway, guys, it would mean the world to us if you went on.
Not my world.
If you went on Spotify,
guys, it would mean the Morbius
podcast. It would mean if you want to be an absolute morb head, what you can do is please give us a rating on whatever you're listening to us on. Whether you loved us, you hated us, especially if you hated us, give us 5 stars because that really helps us out.
Please.
Anyway,
I agree with Daniel, actually.
So much for you, as you should. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.